Hello and welcome to your weekly horoscope for week commencing the 18th of April. This is for the Sun or the Ascendant. I'm going to give you some key strands to look out for. Please stay with me because then I will give you in detail each of the 12 zodiac sign forecasts. Now this week is particularly notable because the Sun is moving on Wednesday into the sign of Taurus, which means the combination between Mercury and Uranus at the start of this week and also the North Node being in Taurus, it gives us that very earthy dimension once the Sun moves in midweek. Now, the Sun in Taurus is the second sign of the 12 sign zodiac. And this is where we can convert some of the ideas and strands that we've been working on more recently into something hopefully more tangible and lasting. But of course, we are being faced with a big increase in the cost of living, energy prices, and in some cases interest rates. So for a lot of us, we are needing to use our ingenuity in order to rejig things to make the most of the assets and the money that we have. So the combination between Mercury and Uranus at the start of this week, which flows on from the end of last week, can give us that dexterity in our thinking. But it could, for some people, also make them a little bit more rebellious and decide to splash out on something that suits them because it's a more impulsive combination. But that duo links with Venus, that's exalted in the sign of Pisces, and in the case of Mercury and Venus are in a beautiful alliance for pretty well the whole of this week, but it is exact on Monday, so there could be some surprise invitations, an opportunity to join in with people that we're not expecting, but also someone could be very generous or let us know how much they appreciate our past help or support. So some good deeds can definitely be flagged this week. Later in the week, however, there is a quarter moon in the sign of Aquarius. That's the 11th house squaring with the Sun in the second. So whatever we're thinking about doing with our resources, it's probably best to think long term, and also maybe keep business and pleasure a little bit separate. There's also a square across the same sectors between Mercury and also Saturn. So again, if we're thinking about the people that we can connect with, it's probably going to be those that share our core values. And where people don't, that could be highlighted in a more obvious way. But if you're someone with a very clear plan about what you want to achieve, the link between the Sun and Mars is very energizing and very progressive, and that goes on from Friday through to the end of the week. So please stay with me for the individual zodiac sign forecast. But if you would like to understand how more serious astrology works based on your time, date and place of birth, if you give me those 3 pieces of information, I can give you a roadmap that really can transform your life based on your character analysis, but also your next 12-month forecast. This goes way beyond this zodiac broadcast, and you can get 30% off of my special offer. Please see the link below. And if you are new to my channel, I'd be honoured if you would subscribe. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. And finally, if you would like to get your free daily written horoscope fired to your device each morning, again, please see the link below. Hello Gemini, and welcome to your weekly horoscope for week commencing the 18th of April. Now, of course, late last week, your ruler Mercury merged with Uranus, and that's being repeated at the start of this week. I've got to be truthful. It's possible that you will be feeling quite a lot of excess nervous energy, therefore, as you make your way into this week. But some of it could be excitement because the link between Mercury and Uranus and Venus in your sector of success suggest that maybe some conversations that you're having or some ideas that are manifesting in the back of your mind could be giving you some real excitement about how this can play out in terms of your career or worldly ambitions. But on Wednesday, the Sun does arrive in your 12th house, joining up with Mercury, Uranus, and of course the North Node. So there may be some times over the next 4 weeks when you do feel like drawing back a little bit. But there's a bit of a paradox threaded through this week, because the pack of energy in the sign of Pisces is actually pushing you to seize the moment when it comes to your qualities, skills and talents, and that means elevating and raising your profile. And the Sun's link with Mars later this week gives you a fantastic opportunity to do that. Perhaps there are skills and talents that you have been keeping somewhat hidden. Well, now's a great opportunity to really showcase them. But your ruler Mercury is limited by the more restrictive energies of Saturn. And also the quarter moon plays out across the same two houses, the 12th and the 9th house, as this week draws to a close. There may be something that comes into the open, and it could be, unfortunately, a little bit of a painful reality. Maybe it's the truth of a situation that you hadn't quite grasped or seen before. It could be that somebody's not being quite as supportive as you hoped they would be, or some of your efforts are not necessarily gaining the traction that you would like. So I think the key to this week is to see that there is a lot of tension still pulsating around. Part of this is coming from Uranus's presence in your 12th house and impacting on your ruling planet. But if you can just give yourself the permission to pause and retreat a little bit, gain a breath, take some moments to yourself, and then just focus on the key strands that were critically important to you as far as your career or worldly ambitions are concerned, I think you can manage these influences in a very skillful way.